What's up, you guys? This is JYoungO2 back with another video. Currently filming this at 1 a.m. in the morning. But look, I had to come on here and talk about Demar DeRozan, because as we all know, Demar DeRozan is on a tear this season for the Chicago Bulls, and as we know as well, that he just broke the record, Wilt Chamberlain's record, for scoring 7 games now with 35 plus points and shooting over 50%. And mind you now, about DeMar DeRozan, him shooting 50%, think about the time that Wilt Chamberlain played when he was in the NBA. He was playing during an era where, getting buckets efficiently wasn't that hard to do back then. The guys were averaging, crazy numbers back then. The game was very fast-paced, kind of similar to how today was. But for Wilt, he was getting buckets easily compared to the size of the players who he's playing with. And think about DeMar DeRozan. This guy is a shooting guard. Not only that, but he's one of the primary scorers for this team. Zach LaVine is out. Alex Caruso has been out. Lonzo Ball is out. They're missing some of their best players, but they have had guys who stepped up along the way. Kobe White and Javonte Green and Nikola Vucevic. But overall, DeMar DeRozan has been that guy for this team. And think about that. Think about the scoring load that he's had. Think about everything that he's had to do while these guys have been out. And guess what? He's been performing at an amazing rate, and he's doing it this efficiently. That's why this is such a big deal, because what he's doing is something that I don't think many guys could be able to do, and do it at an efficient rate, looking at still the circumstances of his team. And not only that, but the Bulls, they have the best record in the Eastern Conference. Well, they're tied with the Miami Heat for the best record in the East. So that definitely helps out DeMar DeRozan's possible case, his small tiny case for winning MVP this season. And look, I'm not done yet, of course. The guy has been averaging 38.6 points, 5.7 rebounds, 5.6 assists, and he's shooting 60.7% from the field in his last 7 games along with that. So this guy, he's been on a very historic run so far. And DeMar, many of us forgot about him. Let's be real. I made a video on him a while ago about his resurgence, and right now he is playing even better. And look, we all forgot how talented of a player he was. And because he went to the Spurs, and the Spurs, they didn't really have much good seasons with him on their roster. He didn't make an all-star team. He didn't have really much accomplishments at all. But he grew as a player still down there. He was asked to be a playmaker, and he did just that. And now, getting this opportunity again to come with the Chicago Bulls, he has a lot to prove, because this guy, he's been through a lot of adversity through his NBA career. Being on those Toronto Raptors teams where they've had chances to possibly make it to the NBA Finals, and the opportunity gets slipped away, of course, to losing LeBron. But, Stephen A. Smith actually brought up a good point. Think about the year. What if DeMar wasn't traded? What if he was on the Raptors still and LeBron still left to go to the Lakers? And what if, they go to the NBA Finals that season and they meet up against the Golden State Warriors and Klay gets hurt, Kevin Durant still gets hurt? There's a decent chance that team could have possibly won an NBA championship with the talent that they had, because all they did was just swap DeMar DeRozan, obviously, and Kawhi Leonard. And for DeMar, he's just been through all of that, and we've scrutinized him over the years. And looking back, especially, even when he got traded to the Chicago Bulls, people were saying this was the worst decision that they could make for their team, and DeMar wasn't going to be the right fit around the players who they had. But look, DeMar DeRozan has come in and been the perfect fit. Actually, really now, it's like crazy, because it's really his team. He's playing like that guy this season for the Chicago Bulls, and he has them in a very winning situation right now, despite them not even having still their core players on the roster. He's even tied Joel Embiid for the longest amount of games with 30 points this season. And Joel Embiid is considered, the front runner for winning MVP this season alone. But when I look at DeMar DeRozan and his team has the better record. But DeMar isn't averaging as much points as Joel Embiid this season is. Their numbers are relatively, in a way, not far apart from each other. Just the only difference is that Joel Embiid, he has been dominating all season long. But DeMar DeRozan has made his quiet case as well for him dominating all season long for the Chicago Bulls. And I believe that this is just more of another resurgence for him and this Chicago Bulls team. I think that we should, in a way, take the Bulls a lot more seriously. When everybody is going to be fully healthy and ready on this team, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, when they're healthy, they were, guess what? Were the best duo, statistically speaking, in the NBA with the amount of points per game that they average. And he's going to be back very soon, as we know, because he was out a little period of time with his knee soreness and stuff like that. He's going to be back better and healthier than ever. And look, I think that really on paper, when this team's fully healthy, and we've seen it, they're a hard team to beat. They have many scoring options. They have many things that they can throw at you. And now that Nikola Vucevic especially is playing at a very higher level, he's really stepping up, because that's what we really wanted to see from him. I think this team is going to be a very, very hard team for many teams to compete out with in the Eastern Conference. And not to let alone with the Nets and their whole dilemma. And I don't think the 76ers are going to be in the NBA Finals this season. I think that the Bulls, the Heat, the Bucks possibly, these are the teams that we should really be considering, the teams to make it out of the Eastern Conference this season. For DeMar DeRozan, he's definitely revived his NBA career. He's 32 years old, and he's brought still back that isolation style of play. And the crazy part is he didn't really add much shooting to his game. He did statistically become a better shooter, but he has still implemented his mid-range style of play in the game and has done it on an efficient manner. He hasn't really changed much at all to his game, but made it better in the sense of him becoming an even better mid-range player and an even better isolation scorer. You get the point. And now, especially when you need him to facilitate, he can do that as well. So for DeMar DeRozan, man, this has just been a season that we will never forget of his NBA career, because we all thought that he really wasn't going to win anymore and that his career was just going to slowly demise. But he's coming out and he's proved every single person wrong this season. And I think that he's definitely should be in the case for being a dark horse candidate for winning MVP this season. And also to really solidify his case, this season in general, regardless of his regular season, all know that really postseason is what matters the most. And for DeMar DeRozan to really solidify himself this season after already having an amazing NBA season, and he's had plenty of amazing seasons throughout his NBA career, but this one obviously is different, and he has to really prove himself in the playoffs. Can he help the Chicago Bulls team make it into a really deep playoff run? Can they possibly go to the NBA Finals? There's still many questions to be answered, and that's really where he's going to have to prove himself, because as we all know, he's going to have to show what type of player he can truly be in the biggest moments, and hopefully he can pull through. But that's really all I have to say about this video. Not a long explanation, not some deep analytical type of video, just a simple video on DeMar DeRozan and his possible case on why he could be a dark horse candidate this season for MVP. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe for more basketball content each and every single week. Have a good day. Peace.